right, well, since 2023, the CBS 12 News I-Team has been bringing you frequent reports about a dangerous criminal organization operating in Palm Beach County. They use rental houses in suburban neighborhoods as brothels, and they force women into the sex trade. The leaders of the group are in the United States illegally.
Yeah, in recent months, the sheriff's office has been making some progress. They've been rounding up people behind those operations. Our I-Team chief, Mike Magnoli, is in the studio tonight to update us on two of the most high-profile cases in the brothel next door. Mike.
So, Luli, you were mentioning how this is directly connected to the crisis at the border, illegal immigration, and I want to expand on that. You might think of this like rival mob families. A few months ago, the I-Team figured out that the groups have ties to Guatemala and Honduras. The Guatemala group and the one from Honduras operate in the same way. They're competing for business, and the sheriff's office is trying to put both of them out of business. Have a look at these two brothers. They were arrested back in February. They're charged with human trafficking. These two are tied in with the group from Guatemala. There was supposed to be a hearing on this morning as prosecutors are still building their case. What's unclear now, though, is how the federal hold and the new deportation policies will impact what happens next. So these two could potentially move through the criminal justice system, but there are two schools of thought here. One, since they're here illegally and they're managing a prostitution ring that puts people who live nearby in danger, you might say send them back to their home countries ASAP. But if we're going to proceed with trials, that could take years. All right, let's go to a second piece of video here. This house on Bertha Street in Lake Worth is a property that was tied into the group from Honduras. At the end of March, neighbors on the street called 911 and they reported shots coming from this place. Deputies responded and they were able to make several arrests. We have obtained the tapes of the 911 conversations and all three callers telling dispatchers they didn't want to be identified because they know that these groups are incredibly dangerous and they could face retaliation.
I only heard it. I was passing by there and I saw a Cuban male firing with a firearm.
Okay. Can you describe how many shots did he hear, and can you describe the person?
6 shots, and it was an old guy.
Okay. And did he say it was a Hispanic male, correct?
He doesn't typically speaking. Yeah, he said it's Cuban male.
Okay.
I really don't want any problems.
I understand. That's okay.
Wherever the brothel houses were popping up in Palm Beach County, violence, sometimes deadly shootings have occurred. Now, I've asked Sheriff Bradshaw for an interview about how many suspects could still be out there from both groups, and I'm waiting for his reply. We'll stay on this, though. I'm Mike Magnoli, CBS 12 News.